I think we're live, Diana.
Oh, good.
I think we're live. Look at who's here today. Diana is here. Diana, is Danny watching today? Does he know?
He's probably out walking.
He's probably out walking. Well, Danny, get home so you can watch your lovely bride.
He might be watching.
Watch the, get home so you can watch the video because this is going to be spectacular today. Look at these. Oh my gosh, Diana. I just love them. They are so wonderful. And I hope you guys can see this glossiness and yumminess. And she is going to teach us how to make these today. So woohoo! It's a fun day at Memory Bound. And look at all this other fun stuff she's got pulled for us to share today. So, okay. Well, Diana, before we get to you, I'm going to turn the phone over to you.
Okay.
And first of all, we're Memory Bound in Iowa. And you're welcome to call us if you have any questions throughout the video today. If you have questions, we have staff here that can answer your calls, or just ask the question on the video and we'll stop and answer your questions. Okay, we got some new stuff that came in today, so we want to point that out and also show yesterday, in case you missed yesterday, we do have kits now for the photo play Holly Jolly 6x6 album. And those kits are $30.99. It comes with the build-in album and then all the instructions, full color instructions, and then all the papers that you need to complete the album. And we did show this yesterday, but it is so cute. So it's got little pockets up here in the top and tags and pockets throughout, bands. It's just a really neat project. So if you're looking for a fun project to do over the weekend with family or friends, this would be a fun one to do. Okay.
That's a lot of stuff.
It does hold a lot. It does hold a lot. And I think you can even add pages to it to make it, if you needed to add more photos, you could add, more. Okay. It came to our attention by one of our astute viewers that we had a typo on Janet's gratitude cards inserts. And so thank you for bringing that to our attention. Janet is mortified that she's had a mistake on her inserts. And she said in the 20 years she's been doing this, she's never had a typo. So she feels bad. But so it's this one right here. It says grateful for you and then you every day. So we have an extra you in that. So if you have purchased this sheet and we've already sent it to you, send us an email, give us a call, and we will send you a new insert to replace this one. We're just going to stick it in an envelope, send it out to you. And or if you wanted to, you could cut this and turn it over and stamp your own message on it and put it in your card too. So we apologize for that. We have corrected it, and we will be happy to mail you out a corrected insert if that is what you would like. So again, Janet sends her apologies for that error. But it does happen, and the older I get, the more the more mistakes.
I can't imagine not having any errors.
Yeah. It's just our age. Okay, all right. I absolutely love this stamp set and die and stencil set from Pink Fresh, and this is called Reason to Smile Wreath. This stamp set is $23.99. It comes with the coordinating die set. It is $14.99. And then the coordinating stencil set is $14.99. But look at these cards. So what we did, I took this in one of our virtual classes our vendor virtual classes that we had. And this one, you stamp it, you stencil it, and then we cut it in half. Half goes at the bottom, half goes at the top. And I thought, what a fun design that was. And live the life your heart is guiding you toward. Look at you taking those chances and doing your best. And what is really neat, and I'll open this up, is you stencil the words. Hello, you're the reason I'm smiling today. I mean, I just think these cards are beautiful. But there's so many fun messages on here. Hey, warrior, keep on going. Great things never came from comfort zones. That's a great message. I'm so jealous of the people that get to see you every day. Look at you taking the chances and doing your best. You are enough. You are worthy. You are made for more. Just sending something your way to help brighten your day. Trust the wait. Embrace the uncertainty. Again, this is called Reason to Smile. But I'm going to open up the stencil set because it's really neat. I love how they did this. Okay, so here's the layering stencils for the wreath, and then here's the words. So you can just stencil any of these words on any card. It doesn't have to be used with this stencil set. And, well, here, they probably can't see them. Does that help? Probably not. Let's see what else. I don't have anything dark. Can you see them?
Yeah, we can see them pretty well.
All right. There's nothing there's nothing dark here to hold it up against. But it does say, smile, hello. There you go. Thank you. Smile, hello, miss you, hope, dream, thanks, believe. I love that. So way to go, Pink Fresh. I love that design. Haven't seen that done before, and I just love it. So good job. Good job. Okay. And then we also got in our Sizzix order. And so we have Sizzix. This one is the Holiday Greens back in stock.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a great greens. We got in the layered tattered poinsettia. And what's cool about this is it die cuts, and then it also has the embossing folder. So you die cut it, you put it in the embossing folder, and it puts all of the ridges and the texture into the flower. So I love that. That's $24.99. Again, it's called Layered Tattered Poinsettia.
Then it's really easy to hit it with a gold dye. You can see it kind of on there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you
the
can
ridges after you get them in. And,
ink it.
Yeah, ink it.
Cool. Okay. And then also back in stock is Teresa's Stitched Slots. She has used that a ton, and that's a fun one. That's $9.99. That's a good price for that.
Yeah.
And then the Matchbox die set is back in stock. It's $29.99. So if you have requested us to call when these come in, if you haven't heard from us yet, we'll be doing that this morning. We have pulled the ones that were being held. And then also in there is the numbers and then the circle dies to go with that. And I believe Sizzix just put out a video on Instagram yesterday showing this and some really fun techniques and ideas. And you don't have to use the circle die on the top of this. You can do a reindeer, you can do a tree. It's just a really fun little gift box, and you can put chocolates in it or whatever. And it can be used for any holiday. You can do a shamrock, a heart. So I love this Matchbox die. So back in stock. And then Paula put together this. This is the Simple Storage, and that's using the Vintage Rustic Christmas line, Joyful Greetings. And she put the cards together for us yesterday. So look at these, Diana. And she inked them, but aren't they gorgeous?
Beautiful. So many layers.
And this card set is
layers.
only $11.99. Look at that.
Wow.
I love that. And I think this
beautiful.
just on a canvas and put on a shelf would be neat.
Absolutely.
So instead of making cards, if you wanted to make little gifts for friends, put this on a 4x6 coaster or a panel, and you've got eight projects for friends. You've got 8 gift for friends with a very inexpensive. I love these.
Oh, cool. Oh, there's our gray Santa. Love him.
Yeah, isn't he just awesome? And then the wood joy. It's a wonderful life.
It's a wonderful life.
All is merry and bright.
There he is again.
Yep. Gosh. I just want to make these all up. You can make like a triptych. I know, you can make like a triptych like Maggie did for fall, but doing them just for the holidays. Oh, that's a neat one.
Yes, absolutely. Beautiful.
So if there's a church bazaar that you are working on projects for, craft shows, again, I just love these put these instead of on cards, put them on little panels, and you've got some wonderful, wonderful projects completed in no time. Home
And
decor.
Beth wants to know if the thick dye will work on your big shot. Yes, it will.
Absolutely. This one?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, and then the also this
either
one.
one of them. Yeah.
Yes.
They both will work on your big shot.
Yep.
Yep.
And the new switch machines that are coming, they'll work on that too. And we are being told that it's still November for the switch machines, so we can't wait for those to get here.
Okay, she wants
And
to know where we can find the new PF online.
the new Pink Fresh, it should be under, if you go to new and you go to Pink Fresh, you'll see this. It's called Reason to Smile. Reason to Smile, and the new category and Pink Fresh. They should be there. All right. Any other questions?
Don't see any yet.
All right. Oh, and let's just mention there is still 2 of our swirl embossing folders left. That was this week's special. They're normally $9.99 and they're 25% off this week. And this is what it creates. Isn't that beautiful? It's a deep impression swirl embossing folder. Love it. Love it, love it. So there's 2 left if you haven't gotten yours.
They want to know what the
Okay.
size of the matchboxes.
Okay. Do you want to turn your microphone on? I guess you're not on. Okay. The finished size is 2.5 by 5/8 by 1 3/4 inches. So let me see. I think I have something that's pretty close to that size. Let's see. I don't see them over here. I don't see them over here. But the finished size is 2.5 by 5/8 by 1 3/4 inches. Okay. Any other questions?
Nope.
All right. Well, here we go. It's
So
Diana's turn.
Am I on now? Because I don't know
Nope.
if
You
I'm
got to hold it in. Yep. There you go. You're in. You're ready.
there it
Okay.
There's the blue light. I was looking for the light, but I didn't know it. Took
We're
a half
always
an
looking
hour.
for the light.
We're always looking for the blue lights. Blue
Okay.
light special.
Well, we are ready.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, friends, for tuning in. Hi, Steve. Hi, Cheryl. Janie. We love seeing all of you with us today. Okay.
Okay. So my project with the new paper line is were a couple of boxes that I made, and how I came about this was I had made one of these little books, these little folio books that was like a 6x6, and for my son's fiance when she graduated from the police academy, from law enforcement academy, and it looked. I had a bow on it and everything, and it looked really good, but somehow it's like having a card without an envelope, or, a present without a box or a sack or whatever. And I was just going to put it into just a little bag and give it to her, and then I thought one night, no, I think I'll make it a box. So I designed this box, and of course hers was all in red and blue and white. Not
For the
it
police
wasn't with
academy.
the flowers and all that
Yeah.
good stuff. But then I got to thinking about this paper line and how pretty it would be in a box. And I'm also a Susan Tierney Cockburn fan. I make a lot of her 3D flowers.
And we
so-
should just mention that she works for Spellbinders and creates the
Right.
most beautiful flowers, and takes them from a flat to the most
real
realistic.
life.
Yeah, to real life. You know
To
what?
real life.
Diana, I'm sorry, but you know what? When you mentioned her, I'm going to run over here because
Alrighty.
we got in all of her dies, and I'm
All
going to
of her
run
dies.
over here and I'm going
they're
to
all in
show
my craft,
everybody
huh?
what we're talking about. These are all of her dies, and this is like cactus dahlia. Look at these. So she takes this die here and shows you how to make them into realistic flowers. This one's hybrid tea rose, geranium, and antique wooden bucket. I mean, how fun is that? Like, this die set is $29.99. So if you're like Diana and you like to make flowers, these are the dies that you would want. This one's poinsettia. This one's gladiola and berry picking basket. I mean, they're just so fun. the daffodil and narcissus in the antique vase with the honeybee, oriental lily and wellies, and this one's the gaillardia, and then woodland greens and leaves, Christmas cactus, and winterberry and mistletoe. Oh, and then there's her garden lantern. You guys, these are just amazing. So sorry for the squirrel moment, but since Diana mentioned it, I thought we better show you. We do have all the dies available too. Okay. How's that, Diana, for squirrel moment?
That's great, because I absolutely love her dies. I think I have them all. So,
well, then I think we can look forward to some more fun flower designs from Diana.
Yes, maybe. If I ever have time to do them. So I kind of wanted to do the same thing with these flowers, but I wanted to use our die set that we got with the paper pack, that a lot of you got with the paper pack, and I just wanted to make the flowers that were on here more 3D, so they would come off of the package. So I kind of used her techniques to do that, and I'll show you that as we make the box.
Awesome.
This is a 6.5 inch inside measurement box. It takes 2 sheets of paper, and I did 2 sheets of the same because then the inside of the lid matches and the inside of the box matches the lid.
I love that idea.
So it would take 2 sheets, and like it doesn't take this kind of paper. You can use any kind of 12 by 12 paper that you have, and like I said, it fits. It is 6.5 measurement inside, 6.5 by 6.5, so it fits our little paper bag books. I've tried a lot of Katie's books in here. It fits it just perfectly. It is 2 inches high, or the one I'm making today. It fits a 6 by 6 folios.
Do you want to try to put that in there and see what a fun gift that would be to make the album and then put it in a gift box?
And then just put it right in there.
Oh my gosh, it's
so
perfect.
It would just fit in there. You could put a little piece of tissue paper in there with it.
Aww.
And bundle it right up.
Oh, that's neat.
It would fit any of your projects that you're going to be putting like on your canvases, any of these little 6 by 6. So again, if you did her flowers, Susan's flowers, and made a little bouquet so that somebody could set them on an easel, it would fit in this box and be well protected to give it to them. Or a little 6 by 6
I want
Kansas.
to make these for Christmas.
Yes. So anyway, it's a very simple technique. I did, however, design it so that it curled over on the top, so that this is double along here, and it's double along the edge of your lid. Makes it just a little bit heavier and a little bit more reinforced. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do today.
Nice. Nice.
And then I just used the die set for the top. I just cut out a couple of those rings on this one and 3 of them on this one. And tons of little flowers out of scraps. And so when you cut your lid size down, because it's going to be smaller, of course, than your box size, you want to save those little pieces that you're going to cut off of here, because they make little flowers, and then you can work them into your design, and you have those colors on top also.
Wow,
so
lots of hearts coming your way, Diana.
Just made out of scraps. I went to my scrap box and matched up colors, and then just cut a gazillion flowers out.
Well, they're just, it's awe-inspiring.
And the ones that are glossy, these are glossy, I have put Nouveau glaze on. You could also put glossy accents on. Nouveau glaze just happens to be my favorite, so I use the Nouveau glaze.
This is what she's referring to, Nouveau glaze. And it's $8.99. And what it does is it puts a shimmer. Well, it's not a shimmer. That's probably not the right word. It puts a gloss.
A gloss.
A glaze.
A glaze.
Yep.
Because
it puts a glaze
yeah.
on everything. And boy, does that set it apart. It's really, really cool.
And then if you add some gems to the middle of your flowers, and gems, on this one I kind of sprinkle gems all over the top of it.
That looks neat. Gosh.
You can decorate them any way you want. With flowers, without flowers. You can put a bow around them if you didn't want flowers. So, Anyway.
Okay, Carolyn, if Diane is watching, she will look to find that Pink Fresh die and stamp and stencil set and see where that is, and we'll comment on that. Okay, your turn, Diana.
Okay, so you start with 2 pieces of paper, like I said, 2 identical pieces of paper. One of them you're going to leave 12 by 12. The other one you're going to cut down to, what do I have it cut down to? 10 and a fourth by 10 and a fourth. That's your lid that will fit this box.
Okay.
So, and then you need a scoring board or a scoring tool of some sort. I'm actually going to use my little one in here if I can get it out, because I just like it better on here. Okay, I'm going to turn this over on the inside, because this will be the inside of my box, because I want the flowers on the outside and I want the plain color on my lid, because then your flowers show up better.
You can decorate it. Mm-hmm.
So on the box bottom, you are going to score at 3/4, 3/4, and 2 3/4. On all sides.
Okay.
So
3/4
and 2 3/4. Oops.
And we will post these instructions at the end of the video, these measurements.
The 3/4 that you're doing is going to be the little lip that curls in. Whoops, 2 3/4. I gotta keep my mind on what I'm doing here. And the, of course, the 2 3/4 is your 2-inch side.
Okay.
2 3/4. Okay, so we have it. It's kind of hard to see all your lines, but they're all there somewhere.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then I take my little scissors, and the one little tiny corner here where the 2 lines intersect, you want to cut all those out. So you will cut each one of those out, because again, you're going to be turning that side down. Now keep in mind that we're going to do the lid the same, so if I don't do the lid for you, just do this. It's done just exactly the same, except it's 3/4 and 1 3/4, because you don't necessarily want a 2-inch lid. So.
Right. So here's the lid measurements.
So yeah, you would do it 3/4 and 1 3/4.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, so far this seems pretty easy, Diana. I think I could do this.
It is very easy. I'm gonna get rid of this for a minute now. Okay, so now we are going to turn in on our score lines. And of course, we're going to burnish them just to make them all nice and
Crisp.
Crisp. Yes, very crispy. So do your 3/4 ones first, because we're going to end up just taping those down. And I would advise to use score tape. I don't think I did on a couple of those boxes, and I noticed they're kind of loosening up, so absolutely I would use score tape on these. Okay, so we got the 3/4 ones. Then we're going to take our scissors again, lose those. And on the big score lines, we need to cut in. Well, let's glue those down first, and then we can just cut through them. That's about the easiest way to do it. So just put this kind of along your edge.
Okay, while Diana's putting her score tape, and it looks like, are you using 1/2 inch or 3/8?
I think it's 3/8.
3/8 inch score tape.
You can never tell after you take it out of the package, because they don't put it on there.
Diana, do you want to tell us about this Kids' Choice glue while you're putting your score tape on?
That is Susan's favorite glue to use to put her flowers together. It dries quickly, but it also gives you just a couple of moments of time to readjust if you have to. But it is a fast drying one, and she puts her flowers together. I didn't on these, but when she puts her flowers together, she actually does them on whatever she's going to put them on. Like if she's going to put them on the top of a package, she actually builds them on the package.
Okay.
And so she would glue the base down, the bottom petals down first.
Okay.
And you only have to hold it then a few seconds.
Okay.
And then you put just a dab on the next layer up and put it in there and hold it for a second or two, and it will stick and hold. And so that's been her favorite glue, and that's what she uses to put her flowers together.
Okay. All right.
And I think it works quite well.
And you like it also.
I
Okay,
also
so
like it.
that's Kids Choice Glue. It's $10.29, and you'll find that under in our online shopping under adhesive if you want to give it a try. But Diana, while you're pulling your tape, sounds to me like from you build yours off of the lid, put them together, and then put them on the lid when you're ready to design your lid. Okay.
Yeah, well, these ones I made for today in case we use them.
Look at here.
But yeah, I just build a whole bunch of them, and then I can arrange them as I need them on my project.
Fun. Those are great. Isn't that just a happy box? I'd love to have that sitting on my table. It's a happy box, and put that on a couple tags or your cards that you can give to your friends. Fun.
Yes, and to shape them, you either need a mouse pad, or most of us have a little piece of really firm foam. This actually comes in Susan's kit, and she has a kit that has all the ball ends and stuff.
The color, or the flower forming kit.
Right, the flower forming kit. And this is in it. You can also use, these are dry erase board erasers.
Okay.
I don't think this one is magnetic, but I do have some magnetic ones at home. And she forms a lot of her flowers on that, because you can push the flower down into there with the ball, and it forms the flower.
Okay.
We have these little ball sets, which would work.
Just arrived.
Yeah, those would be wonderful for making flowers.
These are the Wendy Vecchi stylus. They cannot find that online, customers, so we need to know where it is online.
Which one?
All three. They're a set.
They're under like Pink Fresh latest release, Pink Fresh stencils, and Pink Fresh.
So all three of them
Dyes.
are under there.
They should be under Pink Fresh latest release.
Okay, under new. Was it
Latest
the
release.
Okay. Would you see which category? Is it new and latest
There's
release?
like 3 things listed
Okay.
under them.
Okay. So
You want them under new first of all.
new. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
Does it matter the way they show up, or in order you put them, or?
It needs to be under, if that's where I think it is. Is it under new, or is it just under stencils and Pink Fresh, or is it under dyes and Pink Fresh, or is it under new and Pink Fresh?
I'm confused.
Sorry,
I don't know.
Well, it does matter in
I'm
how
totally
it's put
confused.
in our system, so that customers can find it. And I think it's under the new
Absolutely.
tab, but that's what we're making sure. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we have the inside or the edges now taped down with score tape. And what we're going to do now is we are going to cut in to the score line from the outside edge down a score line, because we're making tabs now. So you just want to go in just to a score line, the same on this side. And if you've ever made boxes, this is pretty much the general way you make a box anyway. You just wouldn't have this extra piece around here. These are forming the tabs that are going to form the box. And you just want the opposite ones.
So you just cut on two ends.
Yep, opposite ends. Doesn't matter, or you can cut on the sides. Either way, it's making a tab. And again, we've got score lines now, so now we need to burnish all them. Any score lines we have, even our tab ones. So that our little box will come together here. This paper works really nice for boxes.
It's a nice, it's a thick paper, isn't it?
It is. And so it's just a real nice. So that's all we're doing here. We're just making the box. Okay, so we want our tabs to go to the insides, and you can see here when we get this all put together, we're going to have our little box. Again, I would use score tape. I would put it on here, and usually I use the big 2-inch or 1-inch or whatever, 1.5 inch. But I don't have that today, so we'll just make do.
I think the 3/8 is perfect.
I kind of like sometimes just to almost cover the whole thing,
Oh,
you know.
okay.
That's why I use a 2-inch.
Okay. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Otherwise, you know, this will work just fine.
Okay, all right.
So,
Very good. Well, Diana, I know where you can get some 2-inch.
yeah, I have some at home. I just didn't bring it.
Well, we can go get you some.
I even had it on my list of things to bring, and I'm thinking, why do I need 2-inch? But now I know.
Now you know. Isn't it funny how we make our lists and then we're like, well, no, we don't need
I
that.
don't need that.
Yep, I do it all the time.
And so I didn't bring it, and I should have just thrown it in anyway, knowing I would need it. Need my little tool also to get this off instead of my fingernails, which I don't really have.
Okay, so would you check for sure on this one? Because what they're saying is they can't find this.
That's
It is there?
the screenshot I just took of this.
All right, so while Diana's putting her box together,
Okay.
these Pink Fresh stamps, dies, and stencils are under new and then latest release. So if you have trouble finding them, they are Reason to Smile, and they, according to our investigative reporter here, Leanne, they are all there under new.
Need to refresh.
Yeah, oh, okay. So,
Yeah,
if you need to
refresh.
refresh your screen, sometimes if we update, and then you just need to refresh to find it out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Diana's putting her box together
Totally.
here. She's doing her lid.
No, I'm doing.
Oh,
the
your
box.
base. Sorry, you're doing the base. She's doing the base.
And doing the base. And then when I get done with this, now, like I said, the lid goes together exactly the same way. It's just the dimensions.
Are a little bit smaller.
That you.
And
you're
here's the
working with.
dimensions, and we will, as I mentioned, post these.
So I won't sit here and do this and bore you all.
Okay.
We'll go on, and I will show you how to do some of the flowers that are going to go on top of your lid. Now, when I got the lid together, I did ink around the edges, and I used our handy dandy gold. And I just use a finger dauber, but you can just use any dauber. And just put the gold around. You can't really see it probably, maybe on camera, but
It's beautiful.
it does add something to it. I'm almost thinking, well, I might have used gold on that one too, or I might have used aged mahogany. I don't remember. I might have used both. I sometimes do that also.
I don't see it as much on this one, but I see it
Yeah, the
perfectly
gold,
on this one.
yeah.
It's beautiful. That's a great tip. I wouldn't have
Yeah,
thought
it
to use the
kind of
gold metallic. Love it.
Adds one more dimension. So.
And these finger dabbers are amazing. They're foam and they work wonderful to ink edges.
Okay, so I had cut out a couple of purples that I thought we're just going to pretend like our lid is done here. It's super big, and these I would just put on flat if I was going to put 2 or 3 or whatever I was going to put on, and then we'll put our flowers over it. So I went in and I looked at the different colors of our paper. And of course we have our paper pack, and those all match perfectly, and I did use those on those boxes, or at least mostly those. For this one, though, I kind of picked out this green color. I kind of thought
that's pretty.
that would pop a little bit.
Yes, that's a great color.
And again, the purple. And then I cut out a bunch of them out of the same paper as that, and that was what was left off my edges. My 2 edges that I cut off of here.
Okay.
So I just cut out a bunch of leaves, flowers, nothing in mind, just cut them out.
And they were wondering if you can demo the glaze. So maybe after she's done putting a couple flowers together, she'll show us.
Absolutely. So when you're going to go form these, oftentimes, Susan at least, she uses a spritz of water, and I do too, especially on cardstock. And you don't need a lot. You just need a tiny spritz because you don't want to rip your paper. You're going to use one of the balls on your flower making tool. And unless you have Susan's and you have,
we do have the Susan flower making kit. We do have it out there.
Do we? Because
Yeah.
I looked for it yesterday.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't know
on
if we were out
it's
or
on a
not.
side rack.
Oh, okay.
It is
okay.
out there.
Yes. So this has these will form ridges and stuff in your flowers. This little loop thing, I don't know what she calls it, but it's a little loop thing. But really, you can do almost everything with your different size of balls. So that's why this is such a good little kit here.
And this is the Wendy Vecchi. It's $4.99, and you get 4 different. That's a great deal.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a nice one. And so all you do is, once you spritz it a little bit, is you just go down in it and just work it up. And you will see it come up. And I might have should have put a littler ball in this maybe, but it's still going to do the trick. And then set them aside and let them dry, because once they dry, they will just keep their shape. It's the water that kind of, there, that one really went down nicely. And again, you will just keep, I just make a whole bunch of these and set them out and then let them dry.
That's pretty easy,
And then
Diana. I think we can handle
are.
that.
Yeah. And do I have some that are done in here but not put together? Not really. So once they're dry, then you just start layering them, and you just layer little to bigger. You can do 2 together, you can do 3 together, and you, like I said, you will just put a drop of your glue on them, and you just layer them, and then let them all dry. You can put your bling in there. You can put Nouveau drops in there. You can put a drop of glitter in there. You can do anything you want in the center to make it kind of stand out. A lot of them I've used Nouveau drops. I know these colors of Nouveau go really good with.
So what she's
these
got pulled
flowers.
here is Harvest Moon glitter drops
And that's the orange soda, I believe.
and orange soda.
And I know there's some purples that go really well.
Okay.
So you just add those, and then you can start setting them on your top of your box.
Just start flower arranging.
Yep. Put a little drop of glue in there.
Oh, those are lovely.
So
Lovely. And then there's also all of these jewels that Diana's pulled that would be great for flower centers too.
yep, absolutely.
And these range from $2.49, $4.99, $2.49, $3.29. So all different prices for your flower centers. And you may even, Kelly's here.
Everybody.
And you
We're
may
gonna be
even
here
have some
today.
in your stash that you could put in the centers of your flowers. Okay.
Okay, now I'll show you how to put the Nouveau glaze on here. So we're going to pretend that this is already glued down to the top of our box. I'm just going to put it on here just to save. I like Nouveau glaze because it self-levels.
Okay.
Is the only word I can think of to say. Self-levels. I think Glossy Accents is a little bit thicker, but I just kind of put it in the middle and bring it out. And it kind of will self-level out.
And does it kind of go to the edges itself?
It kind of
Wow.
will go to the edges itself. And I've never really had too much spillover. I just, just put it on like that. And it's coming out of the bottle by itself. I'm not pushing on it or anything.
Okay.
It's a little more fluid than I think Glossy Accents is.
Okay.
Just my opinion. I mean, they're both good and they both do the same thing. So if you have Glossy Accents, certainly use it.
Try that. Okay.
And then this is one of those things you're going to set aside.
How long do you think it takes for this to dry?
It doesn't really take that long. I'd give it a couple, 3 hours
All right.
probably, but that's just, I don't know that it takes all that long.
So what she's doing is she's applying Nouveau Crystal Glaze, and she did that on this one here, and you can see the glossiness on the images, and I think it adds so much. I mean, it just really takes the die cuts to a whole nother level. Here's some that haven't been. Looks like you maybe put a little bit of glitter on those, and then there's the ones
It's
that
hard
have the
telling what I
glaze.
dump on stuff when I'm making them.
She just does everything.
I kind of do sometimes, but yeah, you just put it on.
Just play.
Play, yep.
Good job, Diana.
Just
It's
let it dry.
beautiful.
So that's all you have to do to them.
Wow.
You can do it on the edges of your flowers. You can put a little bit on your edges of your flowers before you put them in there and dip them upside down into glitter or something. And
Oh, that's a good
glitter
idea.
the edges if you wanted.
And you can make it look like dewdrops. So, like, if you wanted to
Yep.
make it look like a morning dews on your flowers, just put a couple drops.
Yeah, put the drops on it anywhere.
Well, Diana,
Or on your cards or
These
whatever you're making.
are lovely. I absolutely love these box ideas and can't wait to make. I think Diana maybe will come back and do a Christmas one with us with maybe a poinsettia on top.
Oh, yeah.
How's
I can
that?
do that. Yeah, I have made Susan's poinsettias because I took her class.
Oh.
So, yeah, those are really pretty.
And yes, Diana, you can add glitter to this too if you wanted
Yes.
to, right?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. You can add glitter to it.
And the other thing that I think would be pretty for like the holidays is diamond dust.
Yes.
Sprinkling some diamond dust maybe
Diamond
on your
dust on it.
evergreen branches.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the sky's the limit. I mean, you can do anything with them.
die cut here. What we're talking about is you would die cut like your evergreen branches. You would put some of the diamond glaze, not
Nouveau.
crystal glaze, Nouveau crystal glaze, and then sprinkle it with diamond dust, and it'll look like they've been frosted.
Frosted.
That
yes.
would be
They're
so
pretty that way.
fun.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
good job, Diana. Wow.
Yeah.
Wonderful video today. Love the techniques. Love all the projects. Here's the scoring board that she used to score her boxes. Here's the Nouveau Crystal Glaze. She said glossy accents will also work. Score tape.
That's just another wreath that you could use under your flowers too on your
Oh,
boxes.
that's a good idea. Good idea. And then she used the Spectrum Noir metallic pigment to go around the edges. It does come in silver or gold. And the rusty Christmas line would be awesome with the gray Santa on top of the box. Oh, my
yes.
gosh. That is a wonderful idea.
Absolutely.
Very good
Yeah,
idea.
you can put anything on these boxes. Like I said, tie them with a pretty ribbon, flowers, Santas.
Well, I love the
be
idea
wonderful.
of making an album and then putting it in a fun box. Well, if you've gone through all the trouble of making a fun album, why not put it in a really nice
Yeah.
box?
And also, if you're making Susan's cards, and so you have all these big 3D flowers on them, if you keep them to a 6x6 square or a 4x6, they're going to fit in one of these boxes too, and that's going to protect your flowers. Her cards aren't cards that you send in the mail anyway, usually, unless you'd have them in a box and maybe another box.
Yeah.
In
It'd be
with a
something
gift
you
or
want to
something.
give
Yeah,
to a friend, not send to a
something,
friend.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
You can't
that.
just throw it in an envelope and send them, that's for sure.
And then Diana also started out by showing us, like, if you wanted to do 6x6 canvases, project with these dimensional flowers and then put them in a box. So great tips.
And Susan's, all her new ones, if you notice, they all have vases or
They
buckets
did.
or something. And Maggie's shown us a lot of techniques covering those with the other glazes that we have. So
Wendy,
really pretty.
Yes, very good. Wendy, we are getting more of the Enchanted Autumn paper packs back in stock. They are, the second batch is almost gone, so if you do want one, just give us a call or send us an email. And the email is email@memorybound.com, and we'll add your name to the list and call you when they arrive. And then one last question. This is the Joyful Greetings. It's the Simple Stories card kit that we showed at the beginning, and the price is $11.99. So if you do want that, we do have that in stock, and you'll find that under New and Simple Stories Vintage Rustic Christmas. I think that's the right name. I don't know. There's so many. Okay. Elena, yes, I would recommend pre-ordering the collection pack, so we have one set aside for you if you want one. Okay, thank you so much, Diana. Wow. It is a wonderful
Fun project.
Love it. And we are open today until 7, and we will be back tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. for another installment of our Enchanted Autumn series. Thank you. Thanks, Diana. Lots of hearts coming your way. They loved the project.